Okay, so for my last video, I did a rose for Robin, which is right here. But I also said I was going to, and this was not my idea, I got it off of YouTube, and I just did this so that Robin and I could craft together. Now, this is a how not to video. Something I learned while playing with hot glue and crepe paper is crepe paper is different than toilet paper. For one thing, there's 3 things there. But I wanted to try crepe paper roses. So I got some crepe paper and figured let's give her a shot. Now, in my last video, I also said that if I could find my Elmer's glue, I would use that. Here's a little hint. If you're going to use crepe paper, use Elmer's glue. So, I'm going to do enough to do a couple petals. Oops. And we're just going to go around putting our petals on with our hot glue. My problem with my hot glue gun the last video was also Hemi had unplugged it because he's such a helpful cat. Anyway, we're going to continue to go around, and I'm not going to try to set anything. See if the last time was and or if crepe paper and hot glue are just not a real good idea to play with together. Oops, wrong color. Yeah, that was the wrong color. Well, in art, nothing is actually wrong. It's meant to be that way, so we have one light petal there. And I'm going to put one more dark blue on. And we're starting to get some stringies. And now I'm going to go to the lights. This is going far better than I thought it would. This may not end up being a worthwhile. It's no fun if it's not a big fat hairy mess. Yes, I said that. When my mother used to make cinnamon rolls, the deal was always, they're not a success unless the oven's caught on fire at least twice. And I guess I have moved that theory on to crafting. It's no fun if it's not messy. Okay, we're not having any bad luck so far. Maybe my theory was wrong and you can use hot glue. Of course, we haven't tried to take it out of its little roll yet either. Last time I did this, I had strands of crepe paper spiderwebby glue looking stuff all over the house. But it is going pretty well. Might have put that one on backwards. Again, you have the strands. So we are getting that at least. I'm not throwing things, I promise. Dark. No, I have a gob of glue on my thumb. Oops, too many. Too many. Too many. I might have spoke too soon. Where's the scissors when you need them? See? See? Okay. Slow down. It's not a race. We're almost done, and we haven't had too much of a catastrophe yet. So, but I do want to get that glue off my hands because it keeps grabbing onto the glue on the petals. Put this where you can see it, maybe. And it may be obvious, but I just guesstimated. I didn't cut circles or anything because I didn't really care what my flower petals were shaped like. They didn't need to be perfect rounds. We're almost to the point where we can unmold him. Not quite. I like to fill in that little center. But we're almost out of the dark blue, so I'm going to use the last of those on this row. Because there's no way I'm digging into the bag of cut flower petals right now with all this glue on me. When I use super glue, I tend to glue my fingers together, but this stuff is like dealing with spiders. Okay, so we have some more petals. Should have enough to fill in the center. And they'll be light blue. It's not too much of a mess, but there is a lot of strings of hot glue all over the place with this one. I'm going to say I am pretty sure Elmer's glue would be the preferable way to do this. Because I still have to get all those stringers off of there. Oops, I missed a spot. Let's go this way. Well, last petal. Oh, there's two left. And I'm going to use them both. Put one right here. So, the upshot is, it was not nearly as messy as it was when I did it the first time. I still don't recommend it. If you want to use crepe paper, well, actually all of them could be done better with the Elmer's glue. But I used what I had handy because I was too lazy to go on a search. And now we have the strands. Oops. Hang on here. Hang on. I'm stuck to everything. Yep, that was effective. But aside from the strands, I do like the effect of the crepe paper for a rose. So, again, I'm going to say this is how not to do this. Definitely use a less stringy glue. And that way, I guess, Miss Robin, if you want to make a crepe paper one, you know not to make the same mistakes Nana made. Hang on to your magic. Have a lovely, lovely day.